The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Health Department has issued reminders for the public just in time for the Holy Week. Let's get an update from Greg Gregorio, who joins us live from Manila. Greg, hello, good afternoon. What are these reminders? Can you tell us again for the benefit of everyone watching?
Yeah, Sean, according to the Department of Health, they know that in time for Holy Week, many individuals are going to their provinces to be with their families, be it for Holy Week activities or leisure activities. For Holy Week activities, the DOH reminds everyone to refrain from having pamimilitensya or activities that would inflict wounds to oneself. That is to avoid any possibility of tetanus or any bacterial infection on open wounds. Apart from that, the DOH is discouraging everyone to avoid, discouraging everyone from kissing saints or imageries in churches, and also avoid crowdings in church activities. Apart from that, in leisure activities, the Department of Health reminds everyone to continuously adhere to minimum public health standards. That includes wearing a face mask and also observance of physical distancing. Sean?
All right, moving on to more COVID news. Greg, health officials are now closely monitoring new COVID variants that have emerged abroad. I'm guessing this is the Omicron XE variant that they're watching out of Thailand. Have there been any new updates on these new variants? And have there been any cases detected here in the Philippines?
So, aside from the Omicron XE, there's also what we call the Omicron XF and XD. But according to the Department of Health, we have not detected any of these Omicron recombinants in the Philippines yet. And despite the limited efforts or the limited biosurveillance efforts in the Philippines, we have not seen any indications yet of any undetected Omicron XE or any recombinants in the Philippines. This Vergere, Health Undersecretary Vergere explained that any upticks or in the Philippines and the health care utilization rate remains manageable. Sean?
All right, that's very good to hear. Now, Greg, there have been concerns about proposals that will force, quote unquote, force people to get vaccinated, in a way kind of making it mandatory. What does the DOH have to say about this? Are they changing policy on vaccination?
So, according to Health Undersecretary Mary Sara Vergere, they would like to clarify that DOH maintains that vaccination isn't mandatory. But when Secretary Francisco Duque III said they would seek the position of the Department of Justice for the possible mandatory vaccination, Vergere said this is just a response, or this is just a response of the Department of Health for calls for such, because as they have seen, there are still low data on booster vaccinations, but as part of their efforts to increase the booster coverage in the Philippines, they would like to encourage everyone to be vaccinated, and then therefore they could also ask the DOJ for any possibility of mandatory vaccination, because according to Vergere, Duque believes that if we are going to implement a mandatory vaccination, this would need an enabling law for such. Sean?
All right, and how is the COVID-19 case trend here in the Philippines, at least for this week? We know last week we tallied a little bit higher than the estimate of Octa. How are we doing now?
So, according to the Department of Health, we are seeing an average of 357 daily new cases, and our number of new cases has dropped compared to the past week. In fact, if we are going to talk about the positivity rate, from 2% last week, the Department of Health is just monitoring about 1.8%, an indication of slowing down or getting better COVID-19 situation in the Philippines, plus a manageable healthcare utilization rate. But the Department of Health emphasizes that this development should not be taken lightly or taken too much by everyone, saying that we cannot be complacent because we're also seeing a plateau in cases. Thus, this could mean a possibility of a further slowing down or further decreasing of cases, or on the other side, this could also mean a possibility of an increase in cases in the coming days or weeks. Thus, everyone is reminded to continuously follow the minimum public health standards and get boosted if they are already eligible for booster shots. Sean?
All right, so status quo on, of course, getting vaccinated and keeping minimum health protocols always top of mind. Thank you so much for those updates. Greg Gregorio reporting to us live from Manila. And the Philippine College of Physicians have agreed to set an expiration date for vaccination cards. Vaccine expert panel head Nina Gloriani said the cards in other countries are only valid for 3 to 9 months. Gloriani also said that even the Philippine College of Physicians is backing this proposal.
I think our vaccination cards should also have some validity kasi sa ibang countries, may validity yung inyong vac certificate. Hindi forever ang vaccine protection.
We will be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The PNP has identified 120 areas of concern for the upcoming elections. Greg Gregorio with the rest of the details.
Just a little over a month before the May 2022 polls, the Commission on Elections is now in the process of verifying election areas of concern and hotspots that have been identified by the Philippine National Police. In a joint press conference on Thursday, the PNP said it has classified 105 towns and 15 cities as areas of concern.
When our partners in the PNP give us a list of these places like yung 105 na sinasabi, that still undergoes validation on our end. As far as I know, hindi pa po completed yung validation natin.
Jimenez added that they hope to present the verified list as soon as possible. According to PNP Chief Leonardo Carlos, several factors were locked upon before placing an area under the red category.
We basically look at the historical data in the last two elections. Tapos yung presence ng possible threat groups or PAGs kung meron yan. And then the latest validation or situation on the ground.
COMELEC follows a color-coded system for classifying areas. When an area is tagged red or critical, it will be strictly monitored. Areas tagged as green, meanwhile, have no problem and show no cause for concern. Yellow means the area have a history of political unrest, while orange indicates such areas have armed groups. But while tighter security will be implemented in LGUs that will be classified as red areas of concern, Jimenez says the poll body will implement restrictions in these areas without disrupting local communities.
Sabi nga ni Commissioner George Garcia, we tend to use a light hand on this matter because we find it very disruptive to the local community kung bigla-bigla tayong papasok dyan at magdideklara tayo ng hotspot, no, or area of concern siya. So there is room for validation at this point.
For the PNP's part, Carlos said that they are continuously coordinating with the AFP, PCG, and on-ground COMELEC personnel to ensure coverage from the regional, provincial to the city municipal level. For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
The LTFRB is now on heightened alert amid the expected influx of passengers during the Holy Week. LTFRB Director Cristina Casion said they are coordinating with other agencies, including the National Police, to ensure order in transport terminals. The LTFRB will be under heightened alert status until April 18.
We were directed by our chairman po, no, to prepare, no, and coordinate sa mga kinaukulang ahensya ng gobyerno para mailigtas, para matiyak yung kaligtasan at seguridad ng mga mananakay. Kabilang sa mga strategy yung massive na police presence.
For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.